Hello, welcome to Scalemodeling and welcome to part 2 of our Yamaha XV1600 Roadstar motorcycle build from Tamiya. And yes, this is part 2. If you want to go watch part 1, it'll be in the playlist under the XV1600 Yamaha. And you can watch this. There's also the original unboxing and review I did of the kit. Okay, so we're heading right off from where we started, where we left off last time. So moving on to the same step in the instructions, there's just a bit more to it in step 8. I'll pop that up in the corner there for a sec, we can have a look at. If you're first time watching this video, welcome, and please subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you get notified of all the videos as they come out. And it costs you nothing to subscribe, and it helps out the channel a lot. If you like the video at the end, give us the old thumbs up. And if you've got any comments along the way, a bit of inspiration never hurts. If you've built this before, you got a few tips, let me know. Okay, let's get into this. So first of all, we've got all this set up. We can just put this aside for the moment because we've got some more parts together before we can start attaching things to the rear of the bike and the wheel and everything. Now I've got this piece here, which I'll move back out of the way there. Now this one is B10. Okay, I've taken that off the sprue, so we've got that ready. Get that right out of the way actually. So that's ready to go. Now we also need, what's that one there, an A5. So here's our A sprue. Number 5 is this one up here in the corner. So what I'll do is I'll take that off. There's also, they're coming from all over, there's A14, which is the other side of the bracket that we put on for the belt drive on the bike. So that will be painted in the same matte black as we did the last one. So that's got to come off. And then there's we got there was something there, B sprue, a couple of B pieces. So we'll go on. There's our B sprue, which is getting pretty empty. We need B10, which is there, I hope. B10. That's okay. That's that one. Scared me for a second. Yeah, B10. That's good. Now, attaching to that B10 is some tubing. So I'm guessing it may be like part of the brake line. And on the instruction, it actually shows you a length to measure. So as part of the kit, we get some rubber lines like this for our brake lines and so forth. So all we do is measure that, and it's 9.92 millimeters long. Just use that as a template on your instructions and we'll cut that, so that will be ready to go. We also have, I'm sure there was another piece, E8. E8? Yes, E8. So that goes away. Let's have a look, find E8. So that will be on here. And it is number 8, which is here. There it is there, which is actually the chain guard. And that's a really nice looking piece of chrome on there. Very nice. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll keep that in the plastic for the moment. So that's these pieces. I'm going to take all these off. I'll do it all under time lapse. There's also a couple of screws which will be in our little container here, so I'll have those out, and when we come back we'll have all the pieces on here trimmed up and ready to be put together. But of course, we've got to do some painting as well. Not too much, which is good. So this one here, that's got to be painted up, and it's going to be metallic. And there's also some spots on that which are, we check, metallic grey. So metallic grey is what the overall piece is, I think. No, there's some bolts and some bolt heads, the metallic grey, whilst the actual piece itself will be, just checking, flat aluminium, of course. All right, I'll come back with everything ready to be painted shortly. Okay, welcome back again. So we've got those parts all painted up. And what I've actually done is I've attached this one. So that was the, what part number was that? That was the A5, all right? And that was with the 10mm long screw. And of course your kit comes with the screwdriver, so it just screwed in there. I've left it loose because this will need to be just adjusted a bit to make it fit in where it connects at the other end. So I've just left that loose like that. So that's done. I've also done this part, which was done in the aluminium. And then if you might notice, just darken those screw tops there with the, what colour did they call out there? It was the metallic grey. So, yeah, touch them up. And that one is done. Just trying to see where that's going to go. We'll have a look, see. And then we've got the other side of the, I guess it's part of the swing arm, left swing arm we've done. So this will be the right swing arm, and it's going to go on, I guess, that way. That's going to go to the back of the wheel. All right. So if I put instructions up there in the corner, and you will see it all looks pretty complicated because there's a lot going on at once. I've already tested let me just bring this down on into view. Okay, so the chain guard, or belt guard as it is, I've test fitted that already, and that will simply go in there like it should, like that. Okay, so that's going to get glued on like that. Not sure whether I would do that now or after. There will be a couple more screws going in. There's the longer screw that we need that goes through. And I've also cut the piece of tubing here, which looks like for the brake line, and this will actually attach to this, and it will go on. There's a little connector point there. It's going to sit in there like that. You can see. Another thing to do if these are a bit tight fitting is, again, just sit that in some hot water. It'll soften up and slide on much easier, which is definitely what I'm going to have to do there. That looks a bit tight. All right, so what I'll do now is we'll go back into the old time-lapse feature. That proved quite popular last time. And I'm going to get all this rear assembly put together, and hopefully it'll all go smoothly and it won't be 4 hours condensed into 5 minutes. It should only be maybe 20 minutes. All right, let's go and watch this go together. Back shortly. Okay, back again. So now we've got all that attached. We need to put it onto the actual bike. So let's have a look at this. Now I will admit I've done a test run because there was a few confusing parts to do this. All right, so pretty much you have to turn this upside down like this. Okay, we're looking in step 9 now. I'll put that up in their corner. Okay, so what you want to do is slide it so that your belt mechanism is going to go and sit in here. Okay, then we'll move that out of the way. All right, then over here, this spring needs to go under that bar, and there's 2 attachment points. One there, and it needs to slide up into level with that, which it is. Also, there's 2 points down here, one on each side of the frame, where they have to line up as well. Okay, so to do that, there's also screws to go in there, which I haven't got prepared for, but it's okay. So we'll line them up in there. That's going to go like that there. That looks right there. And that will go a little bit further forward. And up. So that those will also have some screw connection points in there as well. Okay. That's it. That one's in. That's good. All right, now a thing to remember here is that rubber tube that we had, it needs to come out here. Now I've got it on the wrong side, right? But it needs to go behind that part of the frame. So I'll try and get this, all right, and run along the bottom of the engine there. So if I poke it in through here like this, it's a little bit fiddly, but we'll get it. Try to do this without getting my fingers in the way, but there we go. There we go. All right, and that's going to go to the front where that'll attach later. All right, everything else is pretty good. The wheel still turns. There's nothing getting in the way, so that's good. All right, so what I'll do now is I'm going to carefully put this down. I'll get the screws we need, which is 1, 2, there's a piece I forgot, A12. But we can do that after, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so there's a couple of screws we need to put in underneath, and yeah, they go in the side here, and these are the 10mm long screws. All right, I'll be back in a sec. I'll get those ready. Okay, so that A12 I mentioned, it was still on the sprue. It's actually this little plastic pin that will go through and lock the support for that shock absorber. It actually goes down in there and you push it through. Fortunately, there's no need to paint that because it's completely hidden. You can only just see the end of it. So I'm going to put that in place first, because I don't want to lose that, and I've already got that pretty much lined up. Having said that, it just pinged off someplace. How about that? Where did that go? Can't be too hard to find, I hope. All right, I shall return as I grab the torch and search the floor by looks of things. Back in a second. Okay, so that search went unsuccessful. We'll see how we go. I'll have a look for it later. In the meantime, I want to get these other screws in. It goes through the frame here. So let me put that one in there. in. There we go. Sorry, you can't see, but it's going in easily. Strange, I just had my spotlight down on the carpet and I couldn't find where that went. Here, I'm going to do this one now. Oh, look, I found it. There we go. Look, it was under the rear of the bike. And I'm sure I picked up and looked under the bike. Oh, gosh. Anyway, good news. Okay, let's get this finished. Put that in. Okay. Now we can go up here and have a look at where this is going to go. In there or there. No problem. Make sure it's lined up. Looks good. I don't want that to ping off again, that's for sure. That looks good. All right, let's try it again. Carefully this time. Come on, in you go. It will go in. Let me do it off camera, all right? I promise I won't lose it. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I got it. What I had to do was just whittle the end of it into a bit of a point, just taking that sharp edge off, and I've got it now. So it's just pushing. There we go. And that's it. Perfect. And I'll give a touch of glue in there. And that is step 9. Almost done. Almost done. I just saw it. Another part, but there we go. There we go. Our wheel turns. She's looking all good. Fantastic. Really happy with that. Okay. All right. Let me grab the other part we need, which looks like a fan or filter cover. Well, actually, it's the cover from where that chain goes. I'm just looking there, wondering where that was supposed to attach, if anywhere. And it seems like it's no problem, looks all right. Yeah. No worries, all good. Yeah, see we've got a cover that sits over the top of that. All right, I'll grab that off the sprue and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so there's E25, nice little chrome piece, and it's just going to sit on top of there. Let's do a quick test fit. I'll just get a bit of glue and I'll attach that. We'll be good to go. Once again, back in a sec. Okay, so there we go. All done. Yeah. It's going to run to there. It's good. I'll just give it a bit of a tidy up on that chrome work where I've got plenty of finger marks all over it. Couldn't help. The wheel turns. Nothing interfering. Brilliant. Okay, great. Step 9 done. Now let's go over and have a look at the next step. Okay, so moving right along to step 10. I'll put that up in the corner so we can look and see. So there's not too much to this. We're basically just doing the rear fender. Also notice A4 there is the battery. So A4 is on the sprue here. We've got battery. Now there are also decals to be placed on here as well. I've noticed an arrow they look like pinstripe for the fender, so that's fine. The battery doesn't seem to have any decals, which is a shame because usually there's label on the battery, but anyway, so we've got that. We also have what looks like some more vinyl tubing, and they've got the lengths for them to be cut, so we'll have that. So I'll get these off and prepared. The colours for the battery they want us to do are, let's see, we need a semi-gloss black and chrome silver. Okay, that's no problem. And chrome silver will be for the terminal points. The fenders, let's have a look at those. So they're on the sprue here, looking quite nice. But we're not going with that colour. What actually colour we are doing is the Outlaw Paints Dark Blue Pearl. Decided to go with on this, and that is going to be beautiful, I'm sure. So that's our paint for here. We've got our grey clear undercoat primer. We'll put that on as well. So there's three parts to the fender. We've got C8 and C9, which is C8 and C9 here. And then we've got C5, which is this one in the middle here. There's also a couple of chrome strips to go on the side, E15 and E16. And they will be on here. 15 and 16 are just there. Later on. All good. So what I'll do now is, like last time, I'll take all our parts off, trim them up, and you might as well watch while I do that under time lapse, and we'll get these ready for some priming to begin with. Okay, back in a short moment. Okay, I'm just cut in here on that video, and we're just gonna, I've decided I'm going to do all of this. I may as well do the front fender, the fuel tanks, there's little bits under the seat here and these tabs that go under the front fender. May as well get them all painted up at the same time, so I know that everything's looking good and we've got a nice even coverage. So I'll go back to the sped up version, time-lapse, and I'll take these parts off and get them ready to paint. This went together fine too. No problem at all. Yeah, okay, I will continue on. Hello, welcome back. So those body parts, the fenders, the fuel tank, and so forth, are just been primed up. They're all undercoated and they're drying. So in the meantime, I think we'll just move on and start with step 11. So step 11, I'll put that up in the corner there, is the exhausts. So let me show you what they look like on the sprue. Here they are here, and they do look really good. They would be fantastic just to put on like that. I mean, look at that chrome. It's fantastic. Problem is the points where they're connected here onto the tree and on here mean that they need some cleanup, and there's going to be some spots there where the chrome is just not going to survive, because we're going to have to sand and fix it up. So we need to take the chrome off. Now these two little end caps, which will go on the end here, they're going to be done in a matte black. It's got the instructions as, so we're not too concerned about them. But these pipes, I need to get them off. I need to get them trimmed up and pretty much oven cleaner. Oven cleaner is what we use to take the chrome off. So let me get these prepared and I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so here are our parts. I haven't trimmed them up yet. I thought I'd just show you here. Look at these. These part of the pipes here are completely sealed. Like they've been, I think they call that, I don't know if it's slide molded or whatever, but what I've noticed is that the chrome is really nice on here, but on this side it's got that plasticky alloy look. So it's probably a good idea. Not that you'll be able to see on there, but still, you know, I'd rather have the whole thing as chromed. This section here, which will go on there like this, the right way around, that way. No, I had it the right way around, didn't I? Yeah. There it is. And they fit there really nicely. Look at that. All right, but like I said, there's the connection points from the sprue. They need to be trimmed up, so that's going to leave a little spot off the chrome. and there's a seam line along there that that's noticeable too, and that is pretty much going to show definitely, because that'll be on the top. All right, because you picture it on the side of the boat like that. All right, so yes, taking the chrome off. So what I'll do is I'll go get myself a plastic container and we'll get some oven cleaner, and I'll show you how I do this. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so oven cleaner. So we need a container, just this, and this is what I'm using. Easy Off, bam. Well, Easy Off. It's actually really crap oven cleaner. It does not work at all, but it does work for this. I have used it before. I've got some in here that I used last time, so what I'll be doing is tipping this into here. Probably won't have enough to cover, so I want these to be in there and be completely submerged. So I'll squirt some more in there and build it up. I'll probably do that away from here. I'll bring it back, and then we'll probably do a time lapse. How's that? We'll do this in a time lapse so you'll be able to see the process of the chrome coming off. All right, and there. Okay, so enjoy the time lapse, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. So that took pretty much spot on 1 hour. This one here is all done. Paint's chrome's off that completely. There's just one tiny little stubborn spot on this one here that I'll just leave that in there for a bit more, probably another 5 to 10 minutes, and that'll come off. And yeah, it's done. So yeah, no problem. Oven cleaner works fine. All right, I'll get this all tidied up, and we'll come back and have a look at them. Back in a sec. Okay, so there they are. Come up really nice. Still got a shine to them, but we'll undercoat them. But first what I'll do is I'll fit them together, take off the nubs from the sprue, make sure those seam lines are gone, and nicely sand it up, and they'll be ready to, like I said, to undercoat. Now, while that was happening, as I said before, I was priming the fenders and the fuel tank and parts, and here they are. So I did them yesterday. They've been left overnight. There's our fuel tank there, and it's come up really well. The line, the join between them, not even noticeable at all. I've sanded that with up to 3000 grit sanding sponge from Icky Sticky. Perfect. So I'm about now to go and spray the Outlaw Paints dark blue pearl on these. Obviously not the battery, that's just undercoated in black. I'll go paint that black separate, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how well this goes on.
So I'll go do that now and give it a chance to dry overnight, and we'll come back and have a look. So to you guys, it'll be a couple of seconds away. To me, it'll be overnight. All right, wish me luck, and let's hope we get a really nice finish. Be back shortly. Okay, so I painted up those fenders and the fuel tank, and I think they look pretty good. I put them in under a plastic cover, so I don't want any chance of any dust getting on them. I'm leaving them there overnight, and we'll come back. So in the meantime, I want to do these exhausts. So what I've done is I've just put them together like this, and actually they're very nice fits. They're very, very nice fits. So yeah, all I need to do now is just run this pretty much down the side of here on each one. Do it on this. Very good. All right, so I'll let those dry, and that looks nice. And when that's dry, I'll come along and take those nubs off, give it a sand on that seam line there with some really, get it down to some very fine, probably 2000 grit. But just make sure that completely disappears. All right, so I'll leave that and we'll come back shortly. And one more thing I forgot was these two little end caps that go on there. No, they're still chrome, and they've got to be painted matte black. So what I'll do is I'll take the chrome off those. Won't take long. Give them a quick prime, and then hit them with the matte black, and they just pop in the ends of the exhaust there. Okay, now I might also note that I do plan on doing the heat marks on these exhausts. So that'll come after they've been chromed up. I'll show you how I do the heat marks, the colours on them. Okay, back again shortly. Okay, I'm back again, and here we are with these parts. They're all dried now. I haven't trimmed the parts off yet or got rid of the seam marks. We'll do that after. This part, took the chrome off that. That's the bit that needs to be done in just a matte black. Put those aside, because what I want to show you is how the fenders and the beautiful Outlaw Paints blue came out. So there it is there. Look at that. Nice, eh? So this is the dark blue pearl Outlaw Paints. And I tell you what, it's sprayed on perfectly, really nicely. I've just now got home and had a look. There's the front fender there. Beautiful, like, it's like the plastic was originally that color. It just doesn't look painted on at all. It's like that. It was born that way. You know? Here's the tank. Look at that. There's our tank. It's looking really good too. Come up real nice. All I need to do now is put a nice clear coat. So I've got a nice, I'll go find that, but here's the two little pieces that sit on the side of the below the seat. They come up nice as well. Just beautiful layer. And then there were the other two little parts that go under the front, and I'm not too sure, but they are supposed to be blue, so they're done. So fantastic. And of course there's our battery done in the gloss. That's a nice gloss too. You can see the shine on that. All right, there we go, nice shine. Done. All right, so right now I'm going to go and clear coat those and then put them away, and we'll pull them out again, have a look tomorrow and see just how much of a beautiful shine there should be on there. Let me just grab that bottle. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so there's the dark blue pearl. And I didn't even use, not even a quarter of the bottle doing that. And I layered it on, I tell you now, man. I put a light mist on to begin with and then built it up so I got the coverage. And then I just layered it on nice, thick, wet coats. And yeah, beautiful. And there's our Outlaw Paints Gloss Clear. And I've used this already and it's just magic. It's going to bring up that beautiful mirror look. Okay, all right, I'll get onto the painting, and when we come back we'll have a look at those exhaust pipes and we'll take them the next step. I'll clean them up and get them ready for their undercoat, and that needs a gloss black on that before the chrome goes on. All right, back in a sec. Okay, so there's the exhausts trimmed up, sanded. There's no marks on there. It's going to look good. It's going to look good. What I'll do now is I'll go put coat a primer on that. I'll do the end caps as well, and then it'll be ready for the Outlaw Paints Gloss Black to go on there. Okay, back shortly. Okay, back again for a sec. So while I've got parts drying, I thought I'd jump down to step 12, which I'll quickly put up there, and that's where we're putting the exhaust system on. But there's also two hoses that need to go on. They're spark plug leads actually, and they connect in here. I think, yes, in here, one on each side. Again, their lengths are there, so you can see 27 millimeters and 17 millimeters long. Just cut them off to that and put them in the spot. So I've attached those, and also back in step 10 I've attached these two leads here as they go across. If you can see them, probably better if I go like that. Yeah, so they've got the leads there and the rubber leads there. Okay, so good. So what I'm doing now is just waiting for the undercoat primer to go to dry on the exhaust, and then I'll go and put the a nice thick black gloss coat on that, ready for the chrome. Okay, yeah, back again in a sec. And one other thing, I just popped the battery in there too. I did the terminals in the chrome silver, and it just clips in there. Probably no point even gluing that. Yeah, that's in fine. All right. Now I'll be back, and we will see when I come back, I promise you, some front and rear fenders, because we've still got this chrome trim to put on. And there's some decals to do in step 10 as well. Okay, back soon. Okay, welcome back everybody. And look what we've got down on the bench. Our fantastic dark blue pearl on the fenders and the tank. Look at that, it's come up really, really nice. And yes, I'm wearing gloves because I don't want to get fingerprints on these. I've already clear coated them. They're ready to go. They were done yesterday, so they've dried overnight. There's our front fender. Well, there. Off. Look, we've already got a mark, not a mark, but what I need to get is one of those little anti-static brushes. Tamiya cell. And there's our fuel tank. That. Oh, sorry if it's not focusing. It's going to focus down here. I've got the focus locked, but there you go, the fuel tank came up beautiful, hey? Really nice. So, all I need to do is put the rear fender together, which it is, sorry, I'm looking at the instructions, we've already done that. These chrome trims need to go on either side, so I'll be able to do that. And we'll be able to fit this onto the back of the bike, so that's pretty exciting. But before that, I also want to show you how the exhausts would come up. And here it is. Look at that. So yes, it's not chrome. I've I've done it in the Outlaw Paints Gloss Black, and it's really, really glossy, as you can see. So I'm looking forward to doing the chrome on top of that. I'm sure it's going to come up really nice and shiny. From what I've been told, the secret is to get a really glossy, thick coat on like I have there, and then do really like misty coats of the chrome and build it up slowly, and we should get a fantastic result. But before I do that, I want to do a test on a plastic spoon just to see if I can get the nice shine I want out of it, because my last bike I did, it didn't quite come up like that because I layered the chrome paint on too thick, and it ended up looking like quite nice shiny steel but not chrome. I don't want to make that mistake, so I'll practice it on a spoon. But anyway, that's all ready to go, and then that can be fitted in the following step. So that will, I'll show you the instructions here. Let me just get the camera contrast down so you can actually see them. I'm back in a second. Okay, that's a little bit clearer. So yeah, the fender will go on, the trim will go on. We've already done the battery, we've done the spark plug leads. Step 11 is just putting that exhaust together, which we'll get on with, and the caps in the end, and then putting the exhaust on the bike. And then we go over the page. I think we're doing the front end. Yeah, so we've got the front guard going on with the shock absorbers and all the bits and pieces from there. But that will be in the next video, okay? So for now, what I'll do is I'll just put the trim on here. Maybe I'll fit this. We'll see how we go, and then we'll come back and take a look. All right, we'll be back in a second. Okay, so there's the chrome trim put on, one on each side, and now we just got to slip this down into here. See how that goes. Fingers crossed. Just checking. Yeah, there we go, it's on. All right. Happy days, happy days. All right, so that is now step 10 done. And then we just go on to the exhaust, which will be in the next video because we're running out of time here. But yeah, you'll have to come back for part 3, and we'll put the exhaust on, and then we can start working on that front fender and all the front handlebars and all the rest of it. All right, so there we go. What do you think? I'm pretty happy. Beautiful. The paint job came up really nice. Nice colour. All right. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And got any comments, let me know down below. And yeah, fantastic. I'm wearing gloves, and here I am wiping off dust that's already settling on this. I have a real dust problem here. Anyway, let me know, what do you think? Should I get one of those anti-static Tamiya brushes? Are they as good as they say they are? Are they good for getting dust and bits that settle on there? Let me know in the comments. Okay guys, so if you're after this Outlaw Paints, go to the website, the link's down in the description below, and you can order it most places now, not a problem at all. And it's spreading around the world with distributors, and that's where you can get all the paints. Go and have a look at the site anyway and see what's available. And also, of course, ickysticky.com for your tweezers and tools and glues and tons of stuff, cutting mats. All right guys, thank you, and I'll see you all in part 3. Bye.